City meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the gang at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised yet another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-368-6712 or go to our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-368-6712 or go to healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
No matter what it's like outside, Trane makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Trane. Visit TraneInfo.com. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local dealer and more, because it's hard to stop a Trane.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
Kennedy at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Six-time #1 New York Times best-selling author. I love saying that because I picture some guy at a desk at the New York Times with a coffee mug filled with broken pencils. Every time he has to write that down or every time he has to put that out there, crushing it in his hands. And, of course, the great one, we are just blessed to have Mark Levine on with us to talk about American Marxism on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
Drew, I am doing great. I'm sure you're great there in the great state of Florida, aren't you?
Yes, we are. And as you know, the great governor here doing so much to push back about some of what we're going to talk about today. Certainly, American Marxism had a chance to read the book this weekend, and how important this book is for so many different reasons, not only because of all the information that's in there and how much further you probably could have gone with everything that you put in it, but ultimately what people want at the end of the day are the answers, and we're going to get to that too, because right from Chapter 7, there you go, it's what people have been asking me, I'm sure I've been talking to you about what do we do. But you know, before we start there, I want to start with this. You know, a lot of people keep asking about Marxism and what we know over history, over time, decades. Even in the third chapter with Hate America, you're talking about the 1800s and 1900s and intellectuals who even at that point and what they knew about Marxism and then putting it into practice. So what is the allure? Why do we keep going back to it?
I think there's a couple of reasons there's an allure to it. First of all, for most of us, there is no allure.
Right.
It's imposed on us. Marx was wrong about everything. He talks about and that's one of the reasons there's some history in the book, but there's a lot of current stuff in the book too, which is this. Marx talks about the proletariat, or the masses, rising up and overthrowing the bourgeoisie, the managers, the executives, and so forth. Never happens. You look at all these Marxist revolutions around the world. You start with Lenin, the Russian Revolution. He was a lawyer. He wasn't part of the people, quote unquote. About 20% of the population overthrew the country. The vast majority of the country didn't take any sides. You look at our revolution, by the way, apart from Marxism, about a third of the country was engaged in the revolution. Yeah. About a third of it was against it. And about a third of it didn't do anything. You look at the Chinese Communist Revolution. It was Mao was a teacher. He had about 20, 25% of the population. You look at Castro, he had literally 18 people, and he was a lawyer. So you look at Pol Pot, he had a very small percentage of the population. He got his PhD out of Paris. And look at the slaughter machines these Marxists are. Or look how they deprive human beings of their basic rights. And I go through some of this to remind us how bad it is, and to remind us that the elements of that, these Marxist offshoots, what I call Marxist spawned movements in America, which tailor their movements to the American system, and for imperfections or gaps here and there, that this is where their minds are. These are very violent people who do not believe in individual liberty, who do not believe in capitalism, who do not believe in America's sovereignty. And it's time we stop playing games and calling them progressives and democratic socialists or social activists. The fundamentals of Marxism, not in every particular, are what they believe. It's what we're seeing on TV. There's not a dime's worth of difference between the American media and these various Marxist movements in America, or the Democrat Party at this point, and the President of the United States, who institutes their agenda via executive fiat. And so somebody had to step up and say, this is not, I didn't say it's Marxist, it's American Marxism. That's what it is. And if you don't believe me, as you know, you read the book, I have the scholars that prove it. Right. They are Marxists. They push the agenda. Every one of them are endnoted in the back of the book. And I'll tell you what's interesting. At least from my perspective, Drew, I haven't come under attack yet. So I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here? This is by far the number one book in America. They have a choice. They can either pretend I don't exist and the book was never written, or unleash holy hell. Now, I'm ready for either. Right. But it is interesting to see how they try and figure out what to do about it.
So why do you think that's the case? I mean, is it because it does feel like, boy, talk about getting in your face lately. They're not hiding it anymore, it almost feels like. None of this. I mean, critical race theory, who's hiding it? You've got the American Federation of Teachers saying we're going to sue to make sure they teach it. But
what they are hiding is that it's Marxist-oriented.
Yeah.
Joy Reid on MSNBC lies through her teeth about it. They bring this guy Kendi in, who's made millions preaching this stuff. Delgado, another one, white fragility. Right. They've made a fortune pushing their Marxist-based ideology. They say it's not Marxist. Well, here's the thing. They didn't invent it. They're making money off of it. They're the latest version of it. And so I go back and I say, well, here are the people who invented it. Here are the people who pushed it. And in fact, the people who are claiming it's not these things, they used to claim it was, and they're lying. And so they need to be called out. So I'm calling them out. Yeah. I think you just asked me why is this appealing, or the fact is they're not hiding it? Well, some aren't. You know, the heads of Black Lives Matter are happy to tell you they're doctrinaire Marxists. Yeah. But like the mouthpieces for this agenda, wittingly or unwittingly, like the Chuck Todds and the others, he'd say, "Well, you're calling me a Marxist?" And of course, he's a Democrat. His wife's a Democrat operative. Well, I don't know, Chuck. You announced a year and a half ago that you're not allowing any climate deniers, like professors from MIT and so forth, who challenge this climate change ideology. You won't allow them on, and you spew their agenda no matter what, whether it's critical race theory or open borders and so forth. What do you call yourself, Chuck?
Yeah.
Well, if they're not fundamentally of that mindset, then what are they?
Right.
The fact is they are.
Yeah. Mark Levine joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. His new book is American Marxism. You must get it, especially if you want to put all the pieces together of how everything that is going on lately. You can go down the list of critical race theory to healthcare to global warming, all of it, and put into perspective when you see what Marxism is and how it all threads together. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was certainly Chapter 7 and how you get into, all right, here's how we fix this. Because when the last time we talked about how our founders and the framers of the Constitution had in case of emergency, you have Article 5, right, the Constitution. You have the opportunity to do this. Now, not saying that this is an election-based, because certainly elections have consequences, and it's important that we elect the right people, but this is different. This isn't about looking for somebody else to help us. This is about something that you've brought up many, many times. The word that jumped out is community, community, community. This is grassroots. This is different. This is where it has to begin to fight back, right?
100% correct. I still support 100% Convention of States.
Sure.
But you can see how it's slowed down, and you see how we're under attack at the grassroots level, and how that has affected local, state, and federal policy. Okay, well, there's no effective opposition to this. Now, I was part of the Reagan Revolution and the Tea Party Revolution and ultimately even the Trump Revolution. And what we need is a movement. What we need is to galvanize and rally. These people wake up every morning trying to figure out how to destroy our livelihoods in our country. Yeah. We wake up every morning trying to figure out how to make a livelihood and our patriots in support of the country. Okay, they have devoured most of our institutions. What are we going to do about it? So, well, I have no problem and support strongly Convention of States and so forth. We can't just clap our hands and hope that somebody else is going to do something for us, or the Republican Party. It doesn't work that way. And you can see some of the parents showing up at some of these school board meetings. A lot of people like it. Yeah. But most parents are not showing up at school board meetings. Most taxpayers are not showing up at school board meetings. Most Americans are not showing up at shareholder meetings, even though they're pensions or mutual funds or whatever. You own all kinds of stocks in these companies. Well, the left shows up at all these things. What do we do about some of these things? So I said, let me make a list of some of the things we can do, and I'm sure people are doing other things, and it's not meant to be the end-all and be-all, but it's meant to give a start. I'll give you some examples. Let's take our public schools. We need to go on offense. So I've been saying, it's kind of been picked up and repeated on Fox and other places, and that's good. We need cameras, or internet cameras at least, in every classroom.
Yes.
That is how we learned about critical race theory. Most people, even though I've been writing about it, that's how most people learn. Parents are going, what the hell are they teaching my kid? Because you saw it right on your monitor. So policemen are going to have them on their bodies and on their vehicles, and if lots of courtrooms are going to have them, we need to do it. Now, teachers are going to be opposed to it. Well, who cares? Just because we can't do something at the snap of a finger, these people play long ball. This is something that needs to be our priority. School board members, you need to ask them, you going to do this or not? But there's a lot more we can do. There are state FOIA laws. How many of our listeners have filed FOIA requests with their school districts to find out how teachers are hired, how they're promoted, how they're paid? Are they based on merit? Their administrators, how they're hired? Do you ever get a copy of their contract? Do you know how they choose the books? Do you know what's going on in the classrooms? We don't use these vehicles that are available to us. So in the back of the book, I explain how to use FOIA and where to get the information. Look at these unions, the NEA and the AFT. They are hostile. If they're not part of the Marxist movement, nothing is. They embrace every one of these agendas. They don't give a damn about our kids, let alone the taxpayers. They've made that abundantly clear. And they're an appendage of these movements. So what do? Well, guess what? They exist under numerous filings with the Internal Revenue Service. These are political organizations. These are ideological organizations. That's what they are, dressed up as a public union. Well, file complaints against them. And I explain how to do that, where you can go if you need legal help, the legal groups that will assist you. The whole point is it's time for them to be on defense. It's time for us to push the narrative and the agenda. Things are not going to happen right away. And it's going to be impossible, Drew, to discuss it all. But one of the things I talk about is also as an overarching issue, let's steal some of their ideas.
Yeah.
They have this BDS movement that's an anti-Semite movement that's intended to kill the state of Israel economically. Well, you know what? Let's take that movement. not the anti-Semitism, obviously, or Reagan, how he defeated the Soviet Union economically. Why don't we apply it to some of these corporations and these institutions? And I say, why aren't we showing up at their shareholder meetings? Why aren't we insisting that they pay attention to what they're supposed to be paying attention to? And we challenge them and make their lives difficult. We don't show up. There's nobody there representing us. And again, there's legal groups that can and will do this. And so I go down the list. People want to check it out. It's there. And what do we do about Black Lives Matter and Antifa, who are destroying cities? Well, why don't we bring civil suits? We can bring all kinds of civil suits. Anybody whose business has been affected, any cop who's been injured, we can't wait around for Joe Biden or these left-wing Democrat mayors to do anything. We can't bring criminal charges. We have no power over that. But we can bring civil suits. And I talk about the kinds of civil suits that can be brought. We can financially break these people and these organizations. So there's a lot that we can do. And let me tell you this, Drew.
Yeah.
We are losing. So if we don't start doing things in our own communities, we're going to lose. Right. It's that simple.
So, yeah, safe to say, I might ask before we go. So are we kind of, in a way, the new counterculture? Like we're the ones fighting back? We're the ones now that back on our heels that are now becoming the movement to push against what is out there? I mean, is that safe to say?
Pretty much. I would say that they are the counter-revolutionaries. We're the ones that embrace the American founding.
Right.
And that's another thing. Talk about Marx. I talk a lot about this in the first chapter. Very generally, because there's been enough books on Marx, including my own past books. I've spent a lot of time on him.
Sure.
But look at this. They're pulling down statues. They're burning books effectively. They are canceling professors who don't agree with them. They're canceling people in the culture who don't agree with. Well, where the hell does that come from? Again, it's Marx. Yeah. The fact is, people say, what's happening to our free speech? They're squelching it. What's happening to big tech? They're in on this. It's not a conspiracy. It's a fact. And so Marxism doesn't want debate. Marxism isn't about free speech. Marxism is about a righteous agenda, conformity and uniformity, imposing its will, anti-individualism, and that's exactly what you're seeing play out. And so whether it's big media or big tech or university campuses or even public schools now, there's only one voice that's allowed to be heard. It's the most radical among them. Yeah. You can't even at graduation ceremonies. How many conservatives speak at graduation ceremonies at colleges, universities? None.
Yeah. No, we see it, but here's what I love about the book. Again, I would encourage you to get the book if you haven't already. Mark Levine, American Marxism, is that not only do you have, and the book hits the ground running. That's the other thing that I love. It's like right out of the gate, we're off and running. You're getting everything you need. But it's also on the other side of it to answer that question, what do we do next? It's there. It's right there for you to see, and that's so important. And I'm so glad that you set it up that way, and I'm so thankful for you, especially. Mark Levine joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Again, American Marxism, go get the book. 6-time #1 New York Times bestselling author. That's always awesome. I was serious when I said that. I pictured that there are people at the New York Times there are people in the liberal, well, it's all of it, right? The media who, the fake news legacy media out there who just, they gnash teeth every time they have to.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
To be very blunt, if they could screw me, they'd do it in 2 seconds. The problem is we had 400,000 sales in the first week, 330,000 hardcover. There was nothing they could do.
Right.
We'll see if they mess around this week because we're way ahead. The number 2 book is another hate Trump book written by 2 Washington Post reporters. This is all they do. And that's why I tell my audience, and we overlap with your magnificent audience, Drew. And by the way, you are terrific. We overlap and we say, look, let them chase the shiny objects. We have a country to save. Now, there can't be anybody who calls in anymore and says, what do we do? The question is, what are you going to do as an individual now? And you don't have to change your life. You don't have to stop what you're doing, but there's a few things you can add to your life. The other side, they do this full time. If we can just apply an hour a day or 30 minutes a day or 2 hours a week, it'll be a big difference what happens to this country. Don't expect the Republican Party to save you or some political savior to say it's not going to work that way. This has to be grassroots. This has to be duking it out, so to speak, street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood, community by community. And I talk about that, and I have some ideas about that, too.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate a few minutes of your time today. Thank you so much, and I hope we get some more time in the future. All the best. God bless.
And God bless you, too, and the wonderful people. Fort Myers and Naples, boy. Beautiful. Take care of yourself,
All right,
brother.
we'll see you soon. All right, so we do appreciate a few minutes of his time, certainly. But stay bright. 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America.
NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Being a letter carrier and walking 20,000 steps, which equals up to about 10 miles a day, it's tough. I really didn't have feet problems, I had back problems. I had had as many epidurals that I could possibly have in 1 year. That was scary. Well, I've been delivering letters to the Good Feet store for over 6 years, and the expert there finally convinced me to try their arch supports.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Keith actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
The people at the Good Feet store really educated me about what the arch supports could actually do, and lo and behold, I have no more back problems. The future I can see now. I couldn't see it before. Where I would be without them, I have no clue. I'm Keith, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Great news, Southwest Florida. The best trade-in deal ever is back at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of what brand it is or where you bought it from, Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. That's right, folks. Aaron Walker here. Hey, whatever the car you're driving now was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Oh, and by the way, while inventory may seem short elsewhere, that's definitely not the case for us over here on Pine Ridge Road. We've got over 300 new Nissan models to choose from, including over 100 all-new, completely redesigned Rogue models. Get full offer details and pick out the new Nissan you want to drive home today at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident you will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Shoes so big, they take two hosts to fill. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton sock it to the left. Noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialist can handle any AC repair. Call 855-1-HOUR for $50 off your repair or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpets.
Well, we have the Dreamweaver Select, which is this is $3.99 carpet pad and labor, but this has a lifetime warranty for pet stains, abrasive wear, and even for steps, a stair warranty. Nobody's ever had that before.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety, from generators to surge protectors. Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News, right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
That's what the American Medical Association and dozens of other medical groups are recommending for all healthcare workers.
The Department of Veterans Affairs is now the first major federal agency requiring healthcare workers to get COVID vaccines. But anyone refusing the vaccine could face penalties, including possible removal.
Fox's Jill Nato. There were another 89,000 new COVID cases reported yesterday, second most in a day since February. The most was Friday. But it's not as easy as it was to tabulate. Fox's Tanya J. Powers explains live.
Dave, Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota have scaled back on their reporting, going from daily to weekly. Some states are only reporting their numbers on weekdays. The trend of reporting less frequently is something that's alarmed infectious disease experts, and the data is used by many people when they make decisions on attending large gatherings or mask wearing. Other governments have gone in the opposite direction, like Washington, D.C., which has added a dashboard on breakthrough cases to show the number of people who've been infected after getting a COVID vaccination. Dave.
Tony, the new House Select Committee probing the deadly Capitol attack has its first hearing this morning. The only two Republicans on it voted to impeach President Trump after the riot.
Democrats say the investigation is designed to look into the cause of and response to the Capitol breach. Republicans claim a predetermined outcome that will blame former President Trump. Testimony today comes from 4 U.S. Capitol and D.C. Metro police officers.
Fox's Jared Halpern, a former senator, has died. Mike Enzi, a Wyoming Republican who just retired in January, suffered a broken neck in a biking accident Friday. He was 77. Another ex-senator, Democrat Barbara Boxer, robbed near her Oakland, California home.
I just said, how can you do this to a grandmother? I want to call my grandkids. Why are you doing this? He could care less and got in the car and they sped away.
Boxer was not injured. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. 75 southbound backed up coming south from Corkscrew Road because of a crash at mile marker 122, just about a mile or so south of the exit ramp out there on the southbound side. So watch out for some major slowdowns in that area. Clear, though, once you pass the crash scene itself, and heading toward Bonita Springs, we're not seeing any major issues. Looking good on the rest of 75. We do have a crash at Collier Boulevard and Davis Boulevard toward East Naples. Watch out for some slight slowdowns at that intersection. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a chance for a few showers throughout this morning, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with a partly cloudy sky. Temperatures today close to our average for this time of year with the high near 92 degrees. However, the humidity will be making it feel more like in the triple digits for some of us by the afternoon. As we head into your Wednesday morning, things staying mild for the overnight time frame, waking up to a low near 78 degrees to kick off the day for tomorrow. A few showers possible once again through the morning with scattered storms for the afternoon and a high of 93 degrees. We keep it the daily chance for scattered storms through Thursday, Friday, and also into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tolerance inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tolerance inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tolerance inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
We're always looking the future straight in the eye. At FPL, we're planning, preparing, and investing in clean energy. Because Florida deserves an energy future we can depend on. See how at fpl.com/value.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live at the website, drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there if you'd like to watch and subscribe to the podcast. The link is there as well if you want to listen anytime you would like throughout the day. We do appreciate everyone who has been subscribing to the podcast. You can just go to your favorite podcast outlet, type in Drew Steele. You'll find us as well. So a lot of people are talking about Governor DeSantis, obviously, in terms of 22 and how important this election is in 2024 and kind of the things that could make or break his candidacy, whether it is 22 or 24. I think 22 we're in good shape as long as we continue to talk about the things that he has been able to accomplish and speak directly to Democrats and independents here in the state to recognize all of that. And certainly to see that the candidates that they have, it's kind of like, it's a Nancy Pelosi laugh is what it is. It's a, I mean, it depends on who you want. Charlie Crist, who isn't sure if he's Democrat, Republican, he's part of the Whig Party, and he doesn't know. And then, of course, you've got Nikki Fried, who cares about one thing and one thing only. And listen, if you're going to be running on a ticket with anybody, and that person is with you, and it's also the person known as Nikki Fried, then marijuana has to be number one on the list. All right. But there are people that are talking about what could derail Governor DeSantis and his campaign into 24. And one of the things that was brought up at hotair.com was which way he's going to go on mandating vaccines for public school teachers. And the article goes through how the governor has talked about in the past that he expects a normal school year, promised no penalties for violators if a district enacts a mandate, but no mandates for anything, right? I think it's very unfair for some of the youngest kids who are the least susceptible, least likely to spread it, that they have the mitigation imposed on them more severely than a lot of adults have, going back to a lot of what he's been talking about when it comes to schools. And of course, one thing we know about Collier County, Lee County, Hendry Glades County, a lot of different areas, but certainly in Lee County and Collier County, one thing we know is, especially in Lee County, is that they could care less what the governor says. They have such hatred and despise this governor and certainly the policies. Well, maybe not all of them, but most of them do. I can't speak for every single one of them. But I have heard and seen Facebook posts and witnessed Twitter accounts and different things that would indicate that there are some people who are not exactly fans of the governor. And again, how many times have I said this? That when you dislike somebody like the former president of the United States, which means by default you have to hate DeSantis because of the connection there, then that means that ultimately if the governor is going to make some decisions, you're automatically going to disagree with him. Even if it's the right thing to do, that's the choice that you will make. We've seen it time and time and time again. How many times have we noticed that if the president of the United States at the time, Donald Trump, brought up therapeutics, maybe brings up hydroxychloroquine. He can't bring up that word. Oh, no. He's out of his mind. What is he talking about? That's crazy. Until you come to find out that some studies have been done where it has been helpful against the vid. Ivermectin, that has been brought up. Studies have been shown about the effectiveness of ivermectin on the vid. And we're going to bring up something that has to do with therapeutics as well coming up in just a second, because there's an important aspect to this. But again, because of your hatred for somebody politically, you're willing to do what is not the right thing for your community, not the right thing for kids, and not the right thing for teachers in schools. And so this article goes through and talks about whether or not he's going to endorse vaccinations for teachers, and if that's a wise decision or not, if he decides to do it, because he could say, look, he believes that everybody should be vaccinated, teachers, it should be their choice. He would like to see that happen. We don't know specifically what will be said, but the article goes on to talk about all the different things that the governor could possibly do to try to walk a line when it comes to mandating vaccines for public school teachers. And I get what Hot Air and what they're trying to do and how they're looking at this as far as the political. But a couple of things come to mind quickly. Number one, and nothing should be political. None of this should be political. We should have all the evidence, all the data, all the science, everything in front of us to decide whether or not these are the right decisions. And for you to make these decisions yourself, mandates is the word. That is the operative word. Mask mandates, vaccine mandates. If you don't, then you don't have a job. If you don't get the vax, then you're not going to be able to come to this establishment. Now, there are going to be people that will make that decision, private businesses, and say, listen, if you don't come in wearing a mask, you're not going to be able to do business here. If we want you to vax up, and we want you to prove it. That's going to be their choice as to whether or not they want to do it. But to have mandates come from the federal government or the state, we've got problems. We've got issues with that. And again, why do you care about this necessarily in Lee County, for example? Well, it's already being discussed. I'm looking at this Wink News article, Lee County reviewing schools' COVID-19 protocols. Well, what's the review of the protocols? Are we settled on the protocols for the 21-22 school year? Masking is going to be optional. Are we going to change that because of the Delta variant now? Is that what's going to happen? We have to get together and start talking about this? Because there's information about the Delta variant that I have that I'm going to give you in just a second that you probably didn't hear anyplace else because nobody's going to talk about this. And I'm just going to bring this up because I want you to have all of this information. I want you to know that this is being discussed. It's out there so that you can make decisions and look at others' decisions and decide whether or not they're prudent, whether or not they're the right decisions to make, or if it's just all the politics that's out there. This Wink article, they're tackling two issues: preparing for your children heading back to class and keeping them safe as the Delta variant surges, especially among the unvaccinated. Now, here we go again, right out of the gate, especially among the unvaccinated. Well, we're also hearing a lot of cases popping up with the vaccinated. Can we talk about that? This narrative has been put out there that every single person that's in a hospital, every single case that's popping up is the unvaccinated, and it's not. And I brought it up yesterday. How even in Australia, and by the way, there's an update on that story. I just wanted to update something that I put out there yesterday because I want to be consistent and I want to be right. And if there's something that maybe I can add to something that I played or something that I said, certainly not to confuse anybody, I want to be clear that yesterday when I brought up in Australia how they were talking about the uptick in cases, 141 cases that were in hospital, 144 cases that were in hospital, and going through the demographics, and then as they were having a press conference, they brought up this point.
All but one are vaccinated. One person has just received one dose of vaccine.
Okay, so where they said all but one of the 144, as he was talking about, he said all but one were vaccinated. These are the cases that were in hospital, and only one had one single dose. He did come back to the microphone to clarify after that and say to the reporters that he was in error and that it wasn't 144, it wasn't all of them unvaccinated except for one. It was out of the 40 that were in critical care, that were in critical condition in hospital, out of those, 44 were unvaccinated. And so I just want to be clear about that because that was something I brought up yesterday. But what I am trying to tell you is that we are hearing cases that are popping up when it comes to the vaccinated. Go back to this story about Lee County. With the spread of the Delta variant, the voices of those in favor of more action against COVID seems to be getting louder. The district says two of the things most demanded by parents who want stricter COVID-19 protocols are the requirements of masks and quarantining. Okay, well, how about the voices of those and those parents that have been showing up that want all of this to be optional? This story goes on to talk about certain individuals who are concerned. One parent in particular, whose child, it says a Lee County parent, says her family got COVID after her child was exposed in school, something she says could have been avoided had parents been informed of exposure, measure many are pushing for. Can you prove that? Can that be proven? I'm just putting that out there. Can you prove that that's exactly the place that it happened? Well, that's the only, how do you know? Have you been to a store? Have you been to a supermarket? Have you been any place else where there possibly could have been exposure? It can only have been in that one place. You can't be sure. And again, I'm bringing all of this up because you see where this is going, that quickly we're starting to hear more and more about the Delta variant and the need to mask up, and vaccinated have to be masked up. And I just want people to have the information like Reuters, who had data just the other day about the number of cases, the Delta variant that is in the UK right now and in India, and where we're hearing about rampantly across the country. We're hearing about Delta being the variant now that is the strain that is the largest strain in the United States, and how more cases are ticking up. And again, I want to know when it comes to the uptick in cases in hospital, I want to know more about the condition, because we come to find out a couple of different stories on the UK variant. Not only are we hearing about the fact that according to the Reuters data, the number of new cases fell for a 6th consecutive day. Total number of new cases over the past week is more than 20% lower than the prior week. This is in the UK. Additionally, despite the fast rise of cases to near peak levels, mortality is currently 95% lower than during the January peak. Confidence to investors that Delta is not a serious threat, to global growth. If the U.S. follows the template of the UK, daily cases might be peaking in the next 12 days. And we've already seen the same thing happen in places like India, where there was this huge spike in May, and now it is leveled out. And so where it may have this spike and this summertime spike and this seasonal spike, what is actually happening with the Delta variant? You probably didn't hear a lot about that. One of the other things that has popped up just in the past 24 hours, we come to find out, majority of the hospitalized COVID patients in the UK, a place that everybody is looking at when it comes to the Delta variant, only tested positive after admission. A leaked NHS data point that was brought up shows. The high number of cases being detected belatedly at a time when PCR tests were widely available suggested many such patients had been admitted for other reasons. It wasn't because of COVID. They tested positive after the admission to the hospital. So again, I'm just putting information out there. So we just keep an eye on this story. And again, there are many that are going to look at Governor DeSantis. You're going to see things on Twitter, the Death Santis, the nonsense that's out there. And then you're going to have people that have been elected to places like school board and other places across the state, commissioners, maybe not here in Southwest Florida, but certainly across the state, who are going to look and try to make decisions based on what this governor does and do the exact opposite because of the fact that they do not like this governor or the connection between the governor and the former president. And so we have to be vigilant and keep an eye on what is happening, not only with the number of cases, not only with what is happening with the decisions that are being made, but also we have to keep an eye on what we can do personally and make decisions personally and personal responsibility. In the case of this Wink News story and this one parent who was talking about the concerns about their comorbidity, the child has a comorbidity and what they would be able to do. Well, there are things that can be done, right? They could, if they're concerned about this, still stay home. They certainly could do this and educate from home. And a lot of that is happening, and homeschooling is doubled in the country, believe it or not. There's a story on that I want to get to in just a minute as well. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website if you want to watch. Steele has 3 E's, and you can subscribe to the podcast as well there. It's an easy click away. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. There's Therese O'Shea. We got her.
A busy morning commute along I-75 southbound from about San Carlos Park and near the airport, especially down toward Estero. We have a crash at mile marker 128 southbound near the Alico Road intersection. Another farther south at Corkscrew Road, mile marker 123. And then just a mile south of there, one more crash near mile marker 122. It looks like everything's off to the side of the road, not blocking any travel lanes, but a lot of residual delays. So to avoid that stretch of the interstate, you'll want to take 3 Oaks Parkway. You can take Ben Hill Griffin Parkway as well, heading down from that area around Alico Road down toward Corkscrew Road, and then hop on 75 from there. Or you could take US 41 all the way down. Not seeing any major problems on 41 right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after a chance for just a few showers throughout the remainder of this morning, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon. Hot and humid with the high near 92 degrees. Temperatures only cooling down into the upper 70s by your Wednesday morning with the high of 93 for your Wednesday and more scattered storms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Riedel, your host of The Drive here. It's summer. It is ridiculously hot, and you know it. You wearing glasses? How about contacts? I dealt with glasses and contacts for more summers than I can even begin to count. It's terrible. Go get LASIK today with Dr. France and his team. In fact, France Eye Care wants to help you get back to the grind, soon back to school, and back to everything with a $1,000 off of bilateral LASIK. Experience matters, technology matters, and high-quality results matter. That's why I trusted Dr. France and his team with my eyes. Now, again, for a limited time, take advantage of France's Eye Care's Back to the Grind, $1,000 off bilateral LASIK special. Get it today. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Be on your way to better vision and a better life.
Friends, I care.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
The moment you fire up a Gator UTV, the engine has your full attention. The completed job is on the horizon, and the trail meets its match. Just like that, you made short work of a long to-do list. Run with us on a John Deere Gator UTV. With effortless four-wheel drive at the flip of a switch and our smoothest shifting transmission yet. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Gator for more.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele S3E. Subscribe to the podcast. There's a link right there. We would love for you to do that. We appreciate it. You know what I need this morning? We just got to lighten up a little bit, I think. I need my morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. Chairman Leahy, Leader McCarthy, Senator Casey, Congressman Scott, Congressman, where is he? There you are, Paul. You understand this better than anybody does.
Yesterday, there at, I guess it was like a little White House get-together and naming off a bunch of congressmen. And I know this sounds crazy, but he forgets one of their names. And then he's calling for somebody's mom. I
want to thank you, Congressman, for all your work.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
Second, by the way, where's Mom? Mom, is she here? Oh, she's watching. Okay, I thought you looked and said, Mom is out there. I was going to ask her to stand up, but Mom, you can't stand up if you're home.
Just going to leave that right there. All right, coming up, Politico had an interesting story talking about maybe laying the groundwork for Democrat pushback for elections 2022.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Do you consider yourself the best of the best in HVAC? Conditioned Air is looking for A players to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Don't wait. Go online to conditionedair.com and apply right now. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
Ty Lassiter here with Key City Capital. And we're super excited to be growing roots right here in Southwest Florida and are looking forward to being a part of this community for years to come. So why are we Key City Capital here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all our clients and partners through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments without any risk of loss to your principal and without all the work of collecting rent or worrying about stock market volatility, call us today at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. 239-330-2080. Or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Special House Committee investigating the January 6th riot at the Capitol holds its first public hearing this morning with testimony from Washington, D.C. and Capitol police officers.
Republican leadership is not participating in the Select Committee after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi rejected two Republicans picked to that panel by Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Two Republicans, Wyoming's Liz Cheney and Illinois' Adam Kinzinger, are serving put on the committee by Pelosi.
Fox's Jared Halpern. A 24-year-old man is the first person convicted under a security law imposed by the Chinese government in Hong Kong last year.
Tong Ying Kit was accused of driving a motorbike into a group of police officers while carrying a flag featuring a protest slogan calling for Hong Kong's liberation. He's been convicted of terrorism and inciting secession, and he could be jailed for life when he's sentenced at a later date.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
A busy morning commute along I-75 southbound from about San Carlos Park and near the airport, especially down toward Estero. We have a crash at mile marker 128 southbound near the Alico Road intersection. Another farther south at Corkscrew Road, mile marker 123, and then just a mile south of there, one more crash near mile marker 122. It looks like everything's off to the side of the road, not blocking any travel lanes, but a lot of residual delays. So to avoid that stretch of the interstate, you'll want to take Three Oaks Parkway. You can take Ben Hill Griffin Parkway as well, heading down from that area around Alico Road down toward Corkscrew Road, and then hop on 75 from there. Or you could take US 41 all the way down, not seeing any major problems on 41 right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a chance for a few showers throughout this morning, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with a partly cloudy sky. Temperatures today close to our average for this time of year with the high near 92 degrees. However, the humidity will be making it feel more like in the triple digits for some of us by the afternoon. As we head into your Wednesday morning, things staying mild for the overnight time frame, waking up to a low near 78 degrees to kick off the day for tomorrow. A few showers possible once again through the morning with scattered storms for the afternoon and a high of 93 degrees. We keep it the daily chance for scattered storms through Thursday, Friday, and also into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the gang at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised yet another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-368-6712 or go to our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-368-6712 or go to healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to handle it, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks and the power to the nation's largest gig speed network. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Matt and Justin here with Island Air.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations.
We know that replacing your air conditioning system is a stressful purchase. Usually it's something that you didn't plan on, very inconvenient, always seems to happen at the worst time. and we were trying to find a way to ease that burden.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call Island Air and get that outdated system replaced, and included with your purchase, you will get a vacation voucher of your choosing.
It's your choice with a qualified purchase of a cruise or condo resort voucher. You can choose 4,500 different resort options, 106 countries around the world.
A vacation can be yours with the purchase of a new air conditioning system. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, coming up in about 15 more minutes or so, it is Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Have a little bit of fun with you. A reminder, if you want to watch the program, drewsteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. Also, you can subscribe to the podcast anytime you would like. There's a link there at the website. You can go as well. And is this happening? Are you serious? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the president of these United States. Hello, sir.
Hey, it's great to be on the Drew Steele show, man.
Yeah, no, it's Daybreak with Drew
Talked
Steele.
to you last week.
No, it's Drew Steele. Daybreak with Drew Steele, sir. You sound like you're in a pretty good mood, though.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Stu. I'm just like a lot of Americans today. I got myself a bad case of Olympic fever.
The Olympic fever. Okay, the Olympics.
Yeah.
They always tend to give us a little boost of national pride sometimes, right?
That's right, boy.
Yeah.
It's either that or irritable bowel syndrome. But either way, I got a bad case of it, Jack.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of the Olympics, I heard the First Lady was there. Jill Biden was at the games, huh?
She was. Well, did she win?
No, she was there to
What event did she compete in, man? Don't know. Let me guess. Synchronized nagging. Yeah. She could easily win gold in that, man.
Well, I don't.
It's just a little hubby humor there.
Yeah,
you understand.
Yeah.
How's the wife?
Hugh. It's Drew Steele. Okay, sir. Yeah. So not even Jill there, your wife, Dr. Jill, was, she wasn't just a spectator. I guess she did put on the official Team USA uniform to cheer on the swimmers there from the U.S.
Did you see that? My God, bless my sweet Jilly, man. Did you see her?
No.
She looked amazing in that uniform.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest, though, she's still got quite a figure, so I was hoping she'd going to slip into one of those little bathing suits there they wore at the Aquarius Center.
It's the aquatic center, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little too much information for most of us.
No, really, that's my Jilly, man. She got the Olympic spirit, just like I do. You know, when she believes in something, she gets behind it 100%, man.
Yeah.
And you should see the way she supports me when we sit down to eat dinner. She's like, "Come on, Joe, cut that steak. I know you can do it." Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Mr. President. So you had a recent town hall event. It was in Ohio, and you said that children under 12 could possibly be eligible for the COVID vaccine by August. You think that's going to happen, or?
Oh, you better believe I do, man. That's no joke.
Yeah.
And for all the young whippersnappers that are listening, I know you're big fans of talk radio, kids. This is your Uncle Joey speaking to you, man. Listen up. I need you to all go out and get your shots, okay? Get your shots.
Yeah.
And if your mom or dad, if they won't take you, you say to them, "Screw you guys. You don't really love me." And then you go get on your bike and you go over to the party store or the drug store where you buy your cigarettes.
What?
And you get it yourself.
Well, okay. Is that really appropriate? I mean, tell kids to do that?
Oh, kids, you still listening? It's Uncle Joey. There's nothing to be afraid of with this needle, man, especially if you're fat. You just stick your big blubbery arm out there, you won't even feel it, man. It's like my kid brother Frank, Stu. He was a chubba chunk, man. Wore a size husky till he was 22, man.
All right, what do you say we move on, Mr. President?
Look, folks, here's the deal. Allowing kids under the age of 12 to get vaccinated is just the beginning, man. In fact, Vice President Tamale and I we're looking at working on a plan to get kids vaccinated while they're still in the womb. We're going to go door to door and ask pregnant ladies hike up their shirts and boom with one jab of that needle.
well,
We're
okay.
going to send COVID-19 running for the
No,
exits,
that's
man.
enough. All right. No, that's okay. Not going to happen. Let's just stop doing that, all
I
right?
said shirts. Quit being a Debbie Downer, Stu. Now, look,
true.
man, it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
It's important,
Yeah.
okay? That's why I'm talking in a whisper. It's important.
Okay.
Now, I can't underscore this enough, Trace. Look at it. There's nothing to worry about, kids. Okay? That's not hyperbole. The risk of suffering complications is about as likely as me finishing my first term.
Yeah, well, there's a okay. And, yeah, I got you. Okay. All right, Mr. President, let's move on to something else. Disney World has recently announced that they have a robotic replica of you. It's going to be featured in the Hall of Presidents, and they recently shared a picture on it on their Disney Parks blog. What do you think about the likeness there? You like it?
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's so realistic. Yeah, it's got me smiling with way too white dentures, wearing my aviator sunglasses with a constipated look on my face. It's just like me, man. Yeah, I call him C-3P Joe. C-3P. You get it?
No.
That's a pretty good Star Wars dad joke right there, man, if you want to use it.
Yeah, okay.
I tell you what, man, those guys at Disney really nailed it.
Yeah.
They're Biden bots on point, man. They somehow managed to capture that distant "where the hell am I" stare, and at the same time make me look tough enough to handle a Wheel of Fortune marathon.
Yeah, but, all right. Listen, we gotta go. Listen, we appreciate you calling in, Mr. President.
It's my pleasure, Lou McNeil. Anytime, man. And if any of your listeners are interested in buying some fine artwork, I just want to remind them Hunter's paintings are for sale on the presidential website. Yeah. You just go ahead and make your check payable to old proud Papa Joe, man.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we'll pass that on. We got to go.
No,
okay.
You got to. No, serious. The art world says my boy's a dang Leonardo DiCaprio, man.
Okay, we got to go. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye.
Later, Stu.
Oh, really? There he goes, the president of these United States. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. TreeSteel.com is the website anytime you want to watch this very program. All right, let's get into something else, something completely different. I wanted to touch on this because I don't know if you heard, if you listened to the interview we did yesterday with Mark Levine, and if you want to check that out, we talked about American Marxism. You can go to the podcast, DrewSteele.com. If you go to the website, there's a link. You can subscribe to the podcast, and we appreciate it. You can check out that interview. And as we got into the more serious parts of what has been happening, listen, progressives, you want to use any word you want, the left, it's Marxism. Marxism is what is happening right now. And we know what is going on with critical race theory, how we do not want it in our schools, how we will not go away. The American Federation of Teachers, you can keep talking about all you want to talk about when it comes to teaching critical race theory, and how we're gonna sue if you don't teach it, and how there are some school board members that are saying we can't be a world-class school board, and we can't be a world-class school unless we're teaching critical race theory. No, we're not doing that. We're not going there. We're not the social justice, DE&I, and all the kind of things that we are starting to see now that have been infiltrating into our schools and into our lives. We're done. We're pushing back. It's not going to happen. We're going to keep showing up. It's not going away. So if you thought that there's been this little lull with critical race theory and the summer's gone by and the kids are doing their things and you're going on vacations and finally it's gone away, I can take a breather. Nope, you can't. Sorry, because we're not going away. There's some more examples of how what they are doing with critical race theory, what they are doing with the world of wokeness that is out there right now, that we are supposed to, we are told by the Marxists, or the left, the Democrats in this country, that we're just supposed to go along with it because it's the best way to be. This new utopia that we're going to come up with is better than anything you could possibly imagine. For example, when it comes to comedy. Listen, Jake, I don't know if you've noticed this yet, and maybe you have or have not, but comedy in this country is dead. It's just absolutely dead. Nobody wants to do comedy anymore. And what, am I right? Jake's like, you be honest, Jake. When it comes to comedy, comedians, things that people they're afraid to do or afraid to go there because they're going to get canceled or something that they say.
I think there's like one comedian that gets away with saying things that he really likes to say, but no one else does.
Yeah. Who would that be?
Dave Chappelle.
But he doesn't want to do it anymore. Like, he doesn't even want to be part of this.
No, you're right.
Right? I mean, he's talked about it. How many comedians have talked about the fact that we're just done? You can't joke around. You can't have comedy. And I'll give you another example of how It is the woke left and those who push CRT, and how I'm telling you, all of this comes together. You have the author of White Fragility, author Robin DiAngelo, who posited that comedy is an excuse. You ready, Jake?
I'm ready.
Is that comedy is an excuse to be racist.
Because that makes total sense.
That's what it is. That's what it's always been. That's what it. So you can't have comedy anymore, everybody. She was doing an interview, and she was saying that it's an excuse to be racist. Like, she thinks of TV shows like Family Guy and South Park, maybe even a little bit of The Simpsons. It's allowing white people to be racist, self-consciously racist, is her words. And then she goes on to talk a little bit more, and I have a portion of this interview she did with some guy named Joseph Jaffe. As she was talking about comedy, it's just your excuse to be racist. That's all it is. And then here's what she brings up as an example. And I want you to listen to this, because this is important, because in the world of woke, in the world of critical race theory and diversity, equity, and inclusion and anti-racism, and how we've got to teach our kids about social justice and all of these different words that are out there that are going to be part of curriculums that our kids are going to be taught, not unless we stop it, and we will. We're not going away. Let me pull a Joe Biden. We're not going away. Listen to what she said. And this is important. Comedy is just about white people being racist. That's all it is. It's giving them... and then she said, let me give you an example of how it works. White Fragility author Robin DiAngelo and what she used to do. Jake, you ready for this?
Please.
Okay, listen, because this is everybody. What she's saying, what she's about to say, what you're about to hear is in regards to all of you. Listen.
One of the stories I open my book, Nice Racism, with is going to dinner with another couple, a black couple that I hadn't met before. And in my urgency to prove I wasn't racist, immediately, right? As soon as I see this couple is black, I need to prove to them I'm not racist. Now, this happened back in the 90s, so I wouldn't be doing this today. And so how did I attempt to show them I wasn't racist? I told them how racist my family was, and I shared every joke and comment my family made with a kind of, can you believe they said that? I mean, I subjected that couple to racism all night long and thought I was showing that I wasn't racist.
Okay. That's your problem. You did that. But what she's doing, this is White Fragility author Robin DiAngelo. This is one of the people that is all on board with critical race theory. You hear her name come up all the time in this book, White Fragility. And oh, by the way, anything and everything that has to do with Robin DiAngelo in her last book, everything is completely tanking right now. People are starting to catch on to what's going on. She's not doing as well as she used to do. She's not being talked about as much as she used to be talked about. But this is her problem. This is her doing this. And now she's telling you that everybody does this, that all of you are doing this. And that somehow there are people in school districts and school boards and teachers, not every teacher, not everybody, but there are some. But certainly administrators and school board members and people in the NEA and the American Federation of Teachers that want her books taught in school. They want to follow everything that she says. If you're white and the first thing that pops into your head when you sit down with a black person at dinner and a couple is, I got to prove I'm not a racist. That's you.
That sounds pretty racist.
That is your problem. And this is somebody who wants to project this on everybody. Like, we're all like this. And as a matter of fact, you can't be a comedian because comedians do this. This is what it's all about. It's the ability for them to show their racism, but to get away with it. And we can't have that. And so that has to completely be shut down. Comedy is just an excuse for you to be racist. Allowing white people to be racist self-consciously. And again, I bring this up because this is awful. Everybody should reject her, should reject that way of thinking. And yet, we have teachers, and I'm not going to say teachers, because there's a lot of great teachers out there. There's some that are like this, but many just want to teach and just go to the facts and want to go to primary sources and really want to help kids to grow and in their education, and that's what they're concerned about, and they get all caught up in this. But the fact of the matter is that when you're talking about boards and you're talking about the NEA and the like, and then you talk about that they want to involve white fragility in these books and in 1619 Project and all of this and critical race theory, and they're okay with this. Are you all right with that? 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can subscribe to the podcast, by the way, there as well. There's a link for it. Let's go. It is time right now for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and I would love to hear from you right now. You will win. You'll play. Let's have some fun. Drew's College, caller number 5. We'll take you right now. Stay break 92.5 Fox News right all along. Here's traffic with Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. I-75 southbound is backed up because of a crash we're watching at mile marker 128 near Alico Road, and another 2 right around the Corkscrew Road exit at mile markers 123 and 122. All of these are southbound, and the delays go for a good 5 or 6 miles. So to avoid the stop-and-go traffic out there, you'll want to take either Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin. Both of those are running up to speed. Just some slight delays on Ben Hill Griffin closer to the Miramar Outlet southbound toward Corkscrew Road. You can also take US 41. 41's looking good all across the area. No crashes getting in your way across Charlotte or Collier counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after a chance for just a few showers throughout the remainder of this morning, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon. Hot and humid with the high near 92 degrees. Temperatures only cooling down into the upper 70s by your Wednesday morning with the high of 93 for your Wednesday and more scattered storms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I hear commercials that offer no-interest loans and giant rebates for air conditioners all the time. Now, I'm still a kid, but even I know banks don't lend money for free. Even I know that big cash rebates just aren't real. Just like the Tooth Fairy, they are simply missed to make you feel happy inside. When it's time to invest in a new system, but the right system for the right reasons, not the one on sale with fake offers. Call Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Sex. I have your attention, don't I? Well, in studio with us to talk about just that, Dr. Michael P. Varvaris. Check out Dr. Varvaris online at mddocv.com. Doctor, good to have you here today. Let's talk a little bit about female sex hormones. What a topic.
Well, first off, you need to realize that hormones move around the blood while they work in the tissue. And what really matters is your tissue level and not your blood level. So when you're taking estradiol or progesterone, whether it's a tablet, an injection, a cream, or a pellet, the blood level is pretty much worthless. Now, doctors usually don't understand this, and patients end up getting horribly overdosed. Now, oral estrogen has been associated with cancer, heart disease, liver disease. Many doctors even use birth control pills for this. And these things contain synthetic hormones, which are basically a kind of poison. Most doctors will use estradiol alone if the patient doesn't have a uterus, not realizing that every cell in a woman's body needs a balance of estradiol combined with progesterone. So if you're a woman, you're on postmenopausal sex hormones, and your doctor's measuring blood levels or putting you on oral estrogen or using birth control pills, you really do need to see me.
Check out Dr. Varvaris online at mddocv.com.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have 2 choices, Storm Shield and all the rest.
The aesthetics of the appearance from the outside and the inside is just amazing. But it's quiet. It's really quiet inside, and it's made a huge difference in our energy consumption. My name is Dee Channel, and I have 100% confidence in Storm Shield products. On a scale of 1 to 10, they'd be 10 plus.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. My wife and I made a decision to replace our windows, Storm Shield windows. They were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's
All right, let's go to Dan. Dan, are you in Ohio right now, Dan?
Yes, I am. How are you, Drew?
What part of Ohio are you in?
Central Ohio, just north of Columbus, a little town called Mount Vernon.
Gotcha. All right, well, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. All right, let's see. Dan, how many Supreme Court justices are there right now as we speak?
There are 9.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. In 1992, there were 3 candidates for president of the United States. 1992, 3 candidates. Do you remember who they were?
Bill Clinton.
Yep.
George Bush.
Yep.
And
that guy.
Yeah, that other guy. The guy you had on a little while ago that was supposed to be the president.
Sounded like it was Ross Perot.
Drew, I'm drawing a blank.
It was Ross Perot.
Oh,
that's okay. That's all right. Well, let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these 3 words?
What?
First 3 words of the Constitution are.
I got brain freeze, Drew. I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh, that's okay. We the people?
Yeah, we the people.
All right, so you ready for your bachelor's degree? I'll give you a multiple choice on this one. How's that?
Thank you. You're very kind.
I try to be. Let's see. In 1927, this branch of the military adopted the bulldog as their mascot. Was it the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines?
Army.
That was the Marines adopted the bulldog as their mascot in 1927. Hey, that's okay. You had fun. That's what's it. You did have fun, right?
I did have fun.
Okay.
Always with you, Drew. I have fun. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you, Dan. All right, all the best. Thanks for calling in. We do appreciate it there in Ohio, where they don't they don't have the kind of issues with humidity that we do, or do they? I don't know. Does Ohio have a lot of humidity?
They have lots of cornfields.
Is that a fact?
Yes,
It's your Ohio fact of the day. And what's a Buckeye?
Worthless nut.
A worthless nut. There's another fact that we just learned today. Really? Is it worthless? It doesn't do or have any value at all?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair. And quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Mason Classical Academy is excited to announce the recent purchase of the Hodges University building for their new high school campus. Conveniently located off I-75 and Immokalee Road, this state-of-the-art campus will set the stage to prepare high schoolers for college by delivering a high-quality classical education. Mason Classical Academy's established proven track record is in high demand, so sign up now to take advantage of this tuition-free educational opportunity. This high school campus is second to none, including high-tech science and computer labs and state-of-the-art classrooms. MCA offers many extracurricular activities, a robust athletics program, and a full-time college advisor. MCA promotes virtue, patriotism, and an accurate portrayal of American history. Do you crave such an education for your high schooler? If so, Mason Classical Academy is the answer. Learn the true, do the good, love the beautiful. Learn more and enroll by visiting masonacademy.com today.
Summer is here, and Conditioned Air wants to introduce you to our new Easy Comfort solution, the coolest way to get your new AC. Now you can get a new AC unit for one low monthly payment and no down payment. Best of all, annual tune-ups, a smart thermostat, air filters, and repairs due to normal wear and tear are all included. Call Conditioned Air today, the comfort people since 1962. 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right, all along.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. I-75 southbound is backed up because of a crash we're watching at mile marker 128 near Alico Road, and another two right around the Corkscrew Road exit at mile markers 123 and 122. All of these are southbound, and the delays go for a good 5 or 6 miles. So to avoid the stop-and-go traffic out there, you'll want to take either Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin. Both of those are running up to speed. Just some slight delays on Ben Hill Griffin closer to the Miramar Outlet southbound toward Corkscrew Road. You can also take US 41. 41's looking good all across the area. No crashes getting in your way across Charlotte or Collier counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a chance for a few showers throughout this morning, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with a partly cloudy sky. Temperatures today close to our average for this time of year with the high near 92 degrees. However, the humidity will be making it feel more like in the triple digits for some of us by the afternoon. As we head into your Wednesday morning, things staying mild for the overnight time frame, waking up to a low near 78 degrees to kick off the day for tomorrow. A few showers possible once again through the morning with scattered storms for the afternoon and a high of 93 degrees. We keep it the daily chance for scattered storms through Thursday, Friday, and also into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the gang at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised yet another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-368-6712 or go to our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-368-6712 or go to healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here from Duncan's Diamonds. Now through the end of August, we're offering 60-month financing, so you can pick out any item, get the guaranteed best value and the best price, and spread your payments over 60 months.
Yes, it's a great month to come to Duncan's Diamonds. You will find the largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to thousands of jewelry styles. You will find 5 times the selection you would find in an ordinary jewelry store. Maybe you need a shop for Christmas early gift. Do not wait until the last minute. Or maybe you're getting engaged in the fall or upgrading her diamond.
Whatever the reason, we got you covered with the best selection and best prices. Take advantage of our incredible summer finance offer, 60-month payments. Indulge without breaking the bank. Come, celebrate your love with us and have a little more sparkle in your life.
Best price guarantee, low monthly payment, and a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. It is worth the drive to Duncan's Diamonds. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
Listen up, vehicle owners. Waiting to sell your vehicle can cost you thousands of dollars. If you have a car, truck, SUV, or van, Sutherland buys it. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com right now. It's Florida's newest and easiest way to sell or trade your vehicle. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral are Florida's #1 dealer. And right now, we're paying 130% book value for your vehicle. Sell your car today. No matter if it's a current loan, lease, or paid off, Sutherland buys it. No matter the make, model, or mileage, Sutherland buys it. No matter when or where you bought it, Sutherland buys it. You could drive a newer, nicer car for less than you're paying now. Log on to SutherlandBuysIt.com. Get an offer for your vehicle right now. Waiting can cost you thousands. Sutherland is paying 130% book value today. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com.
See dealer for details.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, hi. Good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there and watch. Also, you can subscribe to the podcast, Drew Steele. Just go to your favorite place where you listen to podcasts and type it in there. You can go to the website at drewsteele.com, and there you have a little link so you can subscribe to the podcast as well. Hey, before we get into the issues of what is going on with Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney and this whole kabuki dance known as the January 6th insurrection committee that's going to be starting today, and we're going to be subpoenaing everybody so that we can keep this whole thing alive and what leading into 22 and 24, and it's all about the election cycle and what Kevin McCarthy said yesterday about the two of them, and some of the stories that are out regarding this as an important aspect of the 22 election, because it really will be the tell-all. I mean, there is an opportunity here for Republicans to wipe the floor, if you will, politically speaking, figuratively speaking, with Democrats at the ballots. And the Democrats know it. And we're going to get to that in just a second. Just before we went to break, we talked about the fact that the Ohio Buckeyes and the Buckeye itself, and Jake being a traveler, a world traveler in his youth, not by choice, it was one of the places that you grew up was Ohio. So you know a lot about the Buckeye itself.
Yeah, I lived in Columbus for about 6 or 7 years of my life.
And apparently not only how useless a Buckeye is, but how dangerous a Buckeye. I had no idea they were dangerous.
They are deadly. Do not eat them. They will kill you.
So is that why? Is it? But there's Buckeyes all over the place. So in other words,
all over the place.
Okay, so the Ohio State team, the Buckeyes, they have this as the team moniker, mascot, name, because they're all over the place.
Logo.
And logo. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. And they're deadly. So I wonder. So is that what it is? The Ohio State team is they're a deadly team. That's what it is. It's tough. It's a tough nut. They're tough nuts.
A worthless nut that'll kill you.
Okay, so that's how you're describing the Ohio State team. I don't think that's very nice. It doesn't sound good. But that on the heels of Cleveland, the Cleveland Indians, the name Indian must be offensive. Indian itself, it's an offensive thing.
It doesn't offend me.
No, it doesn't offend hardly anybody. It's just a couple of the. Who described it? It's a couple of the purple-haired white outrage folks that are out there that have a problem with the name Cleveland Indian, and somehow these a couple of people who make a whole lot of noise, somehow these are the ones that get what they want. It's an amazing world that we live in now, that the people with the The minority of voices out there with the smallest amount of reach and the ones who are triggered by just about everything in life are the ones that get to have fundamental worldwide national change. It's unbelievable. We all just sit there and go, okay, yeah, I guess we should change the name. Why? Why are we letting them do this? Why don't we just sit back and say, okay?
So they're not Indians, what you're referring?
Well, they're changing the name to the Cleveland Guardians, but there's a problem with that. It's already taken. So they're not the only one in town. I guess there's a local roller derby team that's named the Cleveland Guardians, and I'm just going to bet that the team probably has a little bit of say in that. They own the clevelandguardians.com domain, the social media moniker. They have their own logo. So that's a little bit of an issue. Disney has Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians, the name franchise, so I don't know how you go there either. So I don't know what you do. You didn't think about this? You knew if you waited 24, 48 hours, if you just waited for the news cycle to flow, you knew it was going to be one of two things. Either they were going to find something about the Guardians and the name as being racist. No, they wouldn't be racist because the Guardians is, I guess, the bridge that goes over from, it's a span of a bridge. And these Guardians, it's the Guardians of traffic, and they're etched into this bridge. And there were a lot of people that worked on the bridge, and there's a history there. And look, I guarantee you can find some Isterobia in anything if you really wanted to, especially the minority of voices that are out there that are always outraged about something. You'd find a problem. But now you got a real problem. I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea. Maybe they should change their name to the Buckeyes. How about why don't they call themselves the Cleveland Buckeyes and go from there? I mean, while they're doing it. Any other deadly nuts that are out there?
Actually, almonds are deadly, I think.
No, they're not. Almonds are a healthy snack. They're not.
They have to be prepared or they're deadly.
No, they're not. You see, now you got to stop doing this. This is where a moment to listen, kids. Don't listen to Jake.
Not the ones you buy at the store.
Don't listen to him. Don't do this. It's probably another deadly nut or something. It's probably, you know what it is I'll tell you what's deadly and you shouldn't eat. You ever see those up north? We used to have them all the time. It's that seed that has the wings on it, and when they fall, they kind of spin down to the ground. What's that called? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what kind of tree it is. So there's a tree that has a seed that falls, and it's like a helicopter seed. And it has this little seed, and it has these wings on it. And as it comes down, it kind of spins.
I used to have one in my backyard.
Oh, it's the coolest thing ever. We used to gather them up, and you throw them up in the air just to see.
I used to think they were green beans.
Yeah. I don't know what it. Why don't you look that up? Well, somebody will call.
But I looked up the almond thing, and if you eat consuming 50 or fewer wild, bitter almonds could potentially kill an adult.
Are you trying to ruin the show? Are you trying to ruin this hour? We just got started.
The Cleveland almonds, man.
Somebody just texted, deadly nuts are as followed, Drew and Jake. 239-479-5592. We got to move on. Come on. Seriously. A couple of news stories just in. I'm just watching, popping in. Simone Biles, the gymnast, she's pulled out of the Olympics, and she's out. Due to mental issues, the coach says. Things are just not going very well at the Olympics this year for some of the U.S. Players and teams. And so just that just popped up. There's a couple of other things that I wanted to get to that didn't pop up, but they popped up yesterday. It was Kevin McCarthy was asked about Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney being part of this farce known as this January 6th committee and commission that they're going to be looking into it because, it was an insurrection and President Trump started and it was, that's just shush. So when asked yesterday about that and the addition of Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney and this commission.
Some Republicans have been saying that the GOP should play ball on this committee. You could get
Who
the
was
three.
that? Who was that? Adam and Liz?
Well,
aren't they kind of like Pelosi Republicans?
Aren't they like Pelosi Republicans? Oof. That's tough talk. It would be even tougher if you took them off of committees, committee assignments. That would really show. I mean, I'm just saying that it's fun to say things like they're Pelosi Republicans. It's another thing to say, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, and it's really detrimental because we understand what Pelosi and Democrats are trying to pull right now, and it's a
bowl of doggy do.
Exactly. So maybe some committee assignments we might have some issues with, because clearly you're not going to be helpful. There's that. Chuck Schumer had a lot to say yesterday about the former president of the United States. And oh, by the way, you by default, Trump voters, you're all a bunch of nuts, crazy. You're like a Buckeye. That's what you are. Here's Chuck Schumer.
You probably asked yourself the same question I asked myself. How could 74 million people vote for such a despicable human being as Donald Trump? And I don't care if you're a liberal or a conservative, Democrat or Republican. He is a vile man.
He's a vile man. It's Chuck Schumer. Oh, no, again, he goes on. He
is dishonest.
He's a dishonest guy,
He is divisive.
He's divisive, right?
That's what he loves to do, just divide people.
He loves to do that. He just loves to divide people. It's what the former president lives for. That's all. He's sitting down right now trying to figure out ways to divide, even when he's not the president of the United States.
Fighting with each other. If he's a racist.
He's a racist, really? Okay, we'll just throw that in there.
And he always appeals to the dark side of human nature, which he's very good at, unfortunately. How did they vote for him?
Appeals to the dark side of human nature. Yeah, that's right.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Ooh, I'm sorry, that slipped in. I don't know where did that come from. I'm just putting that. So there's Chuck Schumer out telling supporters there in New York that you just can't. It's like a girlfriend. You just can't. It's like an ex. I just can't. I can't get enough, and they're not around, but I can't. Sorry, yes. That's what it feels like. But Politico had a story that has to do with all of this. The January 6th commission on the insurrection that wasn't an insurrection that was directed by the former president, that wasn't directed by Trump. That's going to subpoena and pull all kinds of people in, and the media is going to get the chance to run with it. Oh, this is fantastic. We get to keep not only the former president's name in the news cycle, which brings more people to the places that they have been abandoning, like CNN and MSNBC. So this is great. Thanks, Nancy. We appreciate it. Anything you can do to help us is a great thing. But also that they're going to try to drum up this narrative that's out there that they're already putting in place. And what do I mean? We are where, and they use the letter of the alphabet that starts with the letter F. Democrats fear turnout catastrophe from GOP voting laws. There's growing concern, bordering on alarm, about the potential impact in 2020 of the raft of new voting restrictions. They're worried about it. Now, why? What are they saying? Here's Politico. After Georgia Republicans passed a restrictive voting law in March. Wasn't restrictive, but we're going to put that out there anyway because, Political is left-leaning and you know how they are. Democrats here begin doing the math. The state's new voter ID requirement for mail-in ballots could affect more than 270,000 Georgians lacking identification. There are 270,000 Georgians that don't have identification. Here's an idea. Get them some. If they don't have it, don't have a driver's license. Do you have any kind of ID? No. Here's an idea. We'll make a state-issued ID. We'll get your information. We'll put it on an ID, and we'll give it to you free. The provision cutting the number of ballot drop boxes could affect hundreds of thousands of voters who cast absentee ballots that way in 2020. And that's just the populous Atlanta suburbs alone. It could affect thousands of voters. Then again, it couldn't. They cast that way in 2020 because of all the emergency measures that were put out because of the vid, and you can't go out, and we can't have people on the streets, and we can't have people in polling places, and we can't have them masking up, and we're really concerned about the vid and the spread of the vid and some kind of variant that comes along. Do you see where I'm going with the variant idea? Man, the Delta variant, which is the one that's most prevalent here in the United States, and it's ramping up, and we're getting more and more cases. Are we getting more and more deaths? How many cases are we getting? What is the case load between now and maybe at the beginning of the year or even the middle of last year. What's the difference in caseloads? How is that all going? What about the comorbidities of the individuals? Are they obese? What's happening? Is it like the UK, where we come to find out with the Delta variant that they got the cases of the Delta variant after they entered the hospital? NHS data revealed. We had that story that came out. I bet you didn't know that they didn't have the vid until after they went to the hospital. Cases in the UK, but not allowed to talk about that. Majority of hospitalized COVID patients in the UK only tested positive after admission. But here's what they're doing. They're getting ready to lay the groundwork, everybody. And I hate to tell you this, but this is what I fear, and this is what the Marxists do best. Those are just like Mark Levine talked about yesterday when we had the conversation about American Marxism, and when he was here on this program. By the way, you can go to the podcast, subscribe to it, drewsteele.com. If you go to the website, one click, and you'll be able to subscribe, and we appreciate you listening. When he said, look, don't call them leftists anymore. They're Marxists. It's Marxism. This is what they're doing. They're looking for the answer, the scapegoat to 2022. They know it's going to be a disaster. They understand that because of the changes that were made due to the vid in 2020 and the changes that were made in places like Georgia and North Carolina and Arizona and all kinds of places across the country, that they made these changes, Pennsylvania, and what happened there. Not to mention some of the other things like audits that we want to know about, and some of the things that may or may not have happened due to election integrity there, and how they were able to change certain things, or some things that may have happened that we just want to know about. We just want the information due to the vid. That now that's not going to be the case in 2022, we assume that a lot of these emergency changes that happened won't be available. So they're scapegoating for 2022. They're laying the groundwork for people to say that it was stolen, that the election was set up to be stolen by all of these states that changed election laws to make them more secure and less like the emergency actions that took place in 2020. And when they get stomped, then all bets are off when it comes to how they're going to couch this. They're starting now. I'm telling you, they're planting the seeds. Just watch it. Look at your calendar and realize what day it is. 239-479-5592. We've got to go to a break. Top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35 coming up. Your calls and more on the way next. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
How many of you out there are wondering what it sounds like if somebody were to speak? What does fascism sound like? Just putting a label on it. Like, I'm trying to figure this out. When I hear the word fascism, what does that mean? I don't know. Imagine we're talking about vaccines and somebody said to you,
and we have to get in those communities and we have to knock on those doors and we have to convince people and put them in a car and drive them and get that vaccine in their arm. That is the mission.
That sure sounds like fascism to me right there. That's the government coming along, telling you need to take a vaccine. Oh, by the way, that was New York Governor Cuomo during a press conference yesterday, where he said we got to knock on those doors, we have to convince people, put them in cars, drive them, and get that vaccine in their arm. That's the mission. So you're not asking me, you're telling me. And you're not just telling me, you're going to pick me up and you're going to drive me and you're going to get it in my arm. Really? Is that, you see where I'm going with this? That's no, what?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
With the Capital One Saver Card, you earn unlimited 4% cash back on dining out or in, 4% back on entertainment, or on popular streaming. And now, 3% back at grocery stores so you can make the cake that makes her day.
Happy birthday to you.
So earn unlimited cash back for going out or staying in with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Attorney Joe Cordell. For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is, you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell can help guide you through all aspects of divorce. Let us be there for you.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. It could be the day your workforce doubles or the day your visitors quadruple. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to take on every twist and turn, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks from anywhere and the power of the nation's largest gig speed network, the one that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Compares Comcast Business 10 gig EDI with AT&T 1 gig.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A committee chosen by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to investigate the January 6th riot at the Capitol holds its first hearing this morning. Top House Republican Kevin McCarthy withdrew his chosen members after 2 were rejected by Pelosi.
Democrats say the investigation is designed to look into the cause of and response to the Capitol breach. Republicans claim a predetermined outcome that will blame former President Trump. Testimony today comes from 4 U.S. Capitol and D.C. Metro police officers.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt is suing to stop a coronavirus mask mandate in St. Louis, telling Fox,
"We're fighting back on behalf of the people who've had enough."
Masking and vaccination go hand in hand.
St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones. And Simone Biles drops out of the Olympics team gymnastics competition with an injury. She still gets a medal if Team USA ends up on the podium as expected. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. I-75 southbound is backed up because of a crash we're watching at mile marker 128 near Alico Road, and another 2 right around the Corkscrew Road exit at mile markers 123 and 122. All of these are southbound, and the delays go for a good 5 or 6 miles. So to avoid the stop-and-go traffic out there, you'll want to take either Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin. Both of those are running up to speed. Just some slight delays on Ben Hill Griffin closer to the Miramar Outlet southbound toward Corkscrew Road. You can also take US 41. 41's looking good all across the area. No crashes getting in your way across Charlotte or Collier counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a chance for a few showers throughout this morning, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with a partly cloudy sky. Temperatures today close to our average for this time of year with the high near 92 degrees. However, the humidity will be making it feel more like in the triple digits for some of us by the afternoon. As we head into your Wednesday morning, things staying mild for the overnight time frame, waking up to a low near 78 degrees to kick off the day for tomorrow. A few showers possible once again through the morning with scattered storms for the afternoon in a high of 93 degrees. We keep it the daily chance for scattered storms through Thursday, Friday, and also into the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Southwest Florida's place to talk about
coronavirus. It's on the police.
Everything.
Give me liberty or give me COVID-19.
92.5 Fox News.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, "God bless America"? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, "God bless America," and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
office in Naples.
What's it like being an installer for Closet Factory? It's one of those cool jobs, like working ski patrol, training horses, or something on a train. I mean, it's your job to bring a designer's and client's idea to life with your own hands, right? There's something beautiful about it.
For more information on what it's like being a Closet Factory installer and if it's the perfect job for you, call today 239-225-7235. 239-225-7235. Closet Factory is an equal opportunity employer.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the gang at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised yet another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-368-6712 or go to our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-368-6712 or go to healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Again, Steele has 3 E's. You can go to there to watch the program. You can go there to subscribe to the podcast. We do appreciate that. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
Does the president favor restrictions for unvaccinated people when it comes to restaurants, museums, concerts?
The president favors using the CDC as his North Star and what the health and medical experts are going to advise on how to save more lives and protect people.
So no, he doesn't think that there should be restrictions on unvaccinated people like some other countries have instituted.
He believes that we should be guided by the science and by the data. And so he will look to his health and medical team to advise on what steps we should take.
Oh, all right. So there's Jen Psaki. She's going to circle back.
I'll circle back.
Yeah, we know. Answering the question if the president of the United States is thinking that he's going to back restricting unvaccinated people from doing things, like going to restaurants, living your life. And she wouldn't answer the question, but she's looking at the North Star that is the CDC and the Fauci. Are there any other stars out there? Can we do a North by Northwest star? Is there any other kind of star that we can look at? Pick a star. I don't know, Jake. What's your favorite star? Who's your favorite, any star? I don't care who it is. You like Britney Spears?
Yeah.
Okay, how about we look at Britney Spears? Can we do that?
Number 4.
And we have to get in those communities, and we have to knock on those doors, and we have to convince people and put them in a car and drive them and get that vaccine in their arm. That is the mission.
That's the mission, everybody. That's the governor of the state of New York, Cuomo, who doesn't want people to believe anything that has to do with the negative stories that were out there in the past about, the deaths of nursing home patients due to the fact that they kept bringing COVID patients in there, and the fact that he was hiding that information. We can't talk about that because he had this $4 million book deal that he wanted to do. So he had people on the staff redirecting information away so that, we can't talk about that. No, that's the governor right there who was saying, hey, listen, we just got to get you in a car and we've got to pick you up. We've got to get you in the car. We got to drive you and get you to take that vaccine. That's it. You got to take that shot. Nothing fascist about that, everybody. Everything's fine. Coming to your door and it's fine. Move along.
Number 3.
Some Republicans have been saying that the GOP should play ball on this committee. You could get
Who was
the three.
that? Who was that? Adam and Liz?
Well,
aren't they kind of like Pelosi Republicans?
Aren't they kind of Pelosi Republicans? It's Kevin McCarthy, House Minority Leader, who's talking about Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney being on this January 6th commission where they're going to get down to the truth, just the honest facts and truth about what happened during that evil insurrection that Donald Trump started. Oh, but we can't say that. Well, yes, they can, because that's all they talk about. And Kinzinger and Liz Cheney, who have always been against the former president, and calling them Pelosi Republicans. It'd be nice if he'd do something else when it comes to maybe committees that they're on. I don't know that he can kind of walk a little bit when it comes to these two individuals. Can you do that? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Number 2.
You probably asked yourself the same question I asked myself. How could 74 million people vote for such a despicable human being as Donald Trump? And I don't care if you're a liberal or a conservative, Democrat or Republican. He is a vile man. He is dishonest. He is divisive. That's what he loves to do, just divide and have people fighting with each other. He's a racist. And he always appeals to the dark side of human nature, which he's very good at, unfortunately. How did they vote for him?
That's you. By the way, that's Chuck Schumer talking to his constituents about how evil the former president of the United States is. And just like somebody who misses the ex, just can't get enough of them. You know, they're evil and mean, and the things that they did were just so wrong, and I just can't get them out of my head, and I just can't forget about. It's a little weird, isn't it? Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Number 1.
Mr. President, Veterans Affairs, Mr. President, Veterans Affairs is going to have a mandate for its health care.
You are such a pain in the neck, but I'm going to answer your question because we've known each other for so long. There's nothing to do
I
with
take that
it.
as a compliment, Mr. President.
I'll answer your question. Yes, Veteran Affairs is going to, in fact, require that all docs working in facilities are going to have to be vaccinated.
And do you think there will be more mandates for federal workers?
All right, there you go. It's the president of the United States who, for some reason, it's okay to say to a reporter that you're a pain in the neck. It's nice to know that the president has a little bit of cachet to speak with the press. It's almost like they work together arm in arm and kind of help each other out a little bit. You know, you say mean things like that. It's okay for him to do it. If somebody else did it, it would be headline news, and to get him out of office, and the kind of amendments we can get him out with. And you know how it works, isn't it?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
But nothing to see here. I mean, with the president of the United States, everything is A-OK. Don't you worry about it. I mean, yesterday there was a little bit of a hiccup there at the White House. We're in the Rose Garden there. Was it the Rose Garden or the White House? It was one of the lawns there in the White House. And the president of the United States talking to some congressmen that he's looking at square in the face. And
Chairman Leahy, Leader McCarthy, Senator Casey, Congressman Scott, Congressman... Where is he? There you are, Paul.
Yeah, that guy. What's that guy's name? That guy.
You understand this better than anybody does.
Yes, yeah.
I want to thank you, Congressman, for all your work. And I want to thank you all for being here.
Yeah, except you. I don't remember your name. Looking right at you, and I don't know you. I forgot his name. But it's no big deal. He forgot his name. And then for some reason, he's calling out to somebody's mom. It's a
Second, by the way, where's Mom? Mom, is she here? Oh, she's watching. Okay, I thought you looked. I said, Mom is out there. I was going to ask her to stand up. But, Mom, you can't stand up if you're home.
Yeah, that's if you're home. It's okay. So that's listen, you got to stop. I'm telling you right now, Jake laughs at this. It's not funny. You got to stop. The president of the United States does not do this often. Let's not get carried away. It's not like he forgets all the time or forgets people's names or anything like that.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, this just in. Well, there was that one time. What? There's. It's a.
Just want to thank you both, and I want to thank the former general. I keep calling him general, but the guy who runs that outfit over there.
That guy.
I want to make sure we thank the secretary for all he's done to try to implement what we've just talked about.
Yeah, May 8th, go back to May when he forgot the name of the Pentagon and the Defense Secretary. Lloyd Austin forgot his name. But it's just one other time. One big deal. One time.
Javier, Mr. Secretary, you can come up too. I've been watching on television. You've been really good. Gina Raimondo.
Yeah, that guy. The HHS Secretary, Javier Becerra, he forgot his name too. Yeah, he forgets a lot, this president. But boy, I'll tell you what, man, I'm so glad we don't have any of those mean tweets. I hated those mean tweets. Man, I'm telling you, isn't it a breath of fresh air to know that we don't have to deal with those mean tweets anymore? Whew! I got to tell you, I feel good. There's something to be said about those mean tweets.
What must be what?
Sorry?
What must be what?
Yeah. Yesterday. What? Remember Biden yesterday?
What must be what?
His butt's been wiped. Remember? Yeah. Everything's fine. It's the mean tweets. Hate those mean tweets. Yeah. What else? By the way, Governor of New York, Cuomo, in that same, same press conference he had yesterday, talking about vaccines and getting people vaccinated, and he says,
we cannot now go back to where we were. And I am telling you, as I sit here, I have told you the facts on COVID from day one. Whether they were easy, whether they were hard, I told you the truth.
Nearly a dozen women have accused Governor Andrew Cuomo of sexually inappropriate behavior, including his most recent accuser, Sherry Vale, who said became at least the second woman to accuse Cuomo of kissing her without consent, and she had the receipts. And as Democrats seize upon recent revelations about allegations against others that they're trying to go to, it appears as if the governor also has some other issues emerging, as the New York Times reported that the governor was busy trawling for a $4 million book deal about the pandemic leadership lessons. Several of his aides were feeding deliberately false data to the DOJ in suppressing a health department report that threatened to disclose a far higher number of nursing home deaths. The New York Times reported. And he's been completely truthful. It's a story I'm reading from Zero Hedge. It goes back to April of 21. But no, everything's fine. Nothing to see here. So he's good because, he's a Democrat. So everything is fine. When the Democrats do, it doesn't matter what they do. A Democrat could probably eat a Buckeye out of Ohio and be just fine. That's not really true. Don't eat Buckeyes. Kids, a valuable lesson. We've just learned this. Don't eat Buckeyes. Don't do it. Don't even look at them. Something I learned. I had no idea a Buckeye was deadly. I guess that's why the Ohio State team is called a Buckeye, because when somebody makes fun of it and say, what's a Buckeye? I don't even understand. Well, they're deadly, man. We're a deadly team. Is that right? I guess that's, I don't know.
Deadly and worthless, yeah.
Well, don't say that. But the team's not worthless. The nut's worthless. It's kind of like calling yourself the Cleveland Guardians. It's pretty worthless right now, considering that two other... One has the franchise of Guardians, that would be Disney, and the other one already is called the Cleveland Guardians, and that's the local roller derby team. And they even have the domain name, clevelandguardians.com, to prove it. Because the name Indians is just Indians by itself. It's got to go. It's an awful thing. Because, a couple of people said it's bad. We always go with the minority decision of individuals. If 7 people in Cleveland have a problem with it, and they're loud enough, then we should change it. It's awful. All right, what else before we go that I wanted to? Oh, I guess, I could play some more of this audio. Jen Psaki, circling back, and talking a little bit about the travel restrictions due to the Delta variant. By the way, news on the Delta variant, you probably won't hear a whole lot of this out there. So I'll give it to you here, because if you don't hear it here, you won't. That there is a couple of stories out of the UK. Majority of hospitalized COVID patients in the UK because of the Delta variant only tested positive after admission. Some leaked NHS data out there. But we got to run with that. We'll run with that narrative. So that's a big one. We're also coming to find out that a lot of the cases now, when it comes to the Delta variant, it seems as if some of those cases are showing to go down significantly. There's been quite the decrease over the weeks in the UK, and especially in India, these places where we're told the Delta variant's running rampant. Actually, the Delta variant started in India, right? That's the whole idea. Instead of calling it the Indian variant, they call it the Delta variant. And the numbers and how the cases are in these places, the numbers are going. Reuters reported on that. The travel restrictions, the White House is talking about travel restrictions. Jen Psaki was asked about that yesterday.
The Delta variant is already dominant in the U.S., so how does keeping people from foreign countries out protect people in the U.S.?
Well, again, I'm not a doctor or medical expert. I think that that would best be posed to a member of the CDC or one of our doctors. But I think their decision was made based on the fact that the Delta variant is more transmissible and is spreading around the world. Yes, it is the dominant variant here in the United States. That doesn't mean that having more people who have the Delta variant is the right step. And also we see cases rising here at home, particularly among those who are unvaccinated. And again, they base their decisions on data, on health and medical expertise, and on a consideration of a range of factors, including keeping the American people safe.
Does helping to keep the American people safe also go to the border of the United States? We have a 900% increase along the border of illegals crossing, over 1 million, and the numbers continue to rise. Just because we're not talking about it and we're not there at the moment, this show or some others, doesn't mean it's stopped. If you're so concerned about travel restrictions and you're talking a big game about it and not allowing people from other countries to enter these restrictions, shouldn't we be talking about the border? Allowing people into the U.S. who have the Delta variant is not the right step. Yet we have this increase at the border. Shouldn't we lock down the border for the safety and security of the American people, and especially when it comes to making sure that the Delta variant doesn't? No, that is not the way you say it. You don't want to talk about that kind of stuff because it's just wrong. Yeah, we have to continue to ask questions, and it's okay to ask questions. Science and data, the White House wants to know about this. And when it comes to cases and the uptick of cases in the United States, the uptick of cases we're hearing in Southwest Florida, the amount of cases that we're hearing in hospital, I just want to know in comparison to what? Are there any comorbidities involved? What's their condition? And there are a lot of variables to ask, or are we not allowed to ask those questions? Again, we're just talking. We're just asking. That's it. All right, we got to go. I hear the music. Let's see what the remainder of the forecast today is like, how it's shaping up with News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Well, after a chance for just a few showers throughout the remainder of this morning, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon. Hot and humid with the high near 92 degrees. Temperatures only cooling